Brian Matthews shall rise again here at NWA On Fire.
I can't believe this.
There they are, your new NWA On Fire Tag Team Champions.
Brian
Taven, Julian, Starr. What a main event this week!
Brian, you know damn well the Crown Jewels are gonna activate that rematch clause. They will have those tag team titles again. This is a dark day for NWA On Fire.
We had Carino on our minds, and NWA On Fire brings Jupiter and Mars into our picture. The news to upstarts commentate our belts.
Make no mistakes about it. Lightning won't strike twice in the same place. We're taking those belts back where they belong, around the waist of the Crown Jewels.
Of truly the world's best tag team.
The best in the world, that's right.
'Cause boys, all are fools when you mess with the jewels.
Come on.
DC Dillinger, the Daddy Cat himself, tries his luck against Chris Neil.
Well, this is going to be interesting because DC Dillinger is all set for singles competition here this week, but take a look at Brian Fury.
Well, Brian, the reason why Brian Fury is out there is very simple. Moral support, my friend. Moral support for one of the best wrestlers in the industry today, the Daddy Cat himself, DC Dillinger. And as always, is it not a pleasure to see the Dynasty in the ring right now?
I don't know if it's a pleasure, but it's what we're looking at, I suppose. This guy, Brian Fury, he's always staring a hole right through me. What did I ever do to that guy?
Maybe he just doesn't like your general appearance.
And the opposition here this week on a slammin' Saturday morning, Hardrock Chris Neil. What are the chances of Chris Neil coming out of this without any bruises or broken bones?
Slim to none, Brian, and Slim walked out the door a long time ago. Speaking of Slim.
Well, he's a firecracker, that's for sure, but I don't know what kind of a challenge he's going to provide to the much more experienced DC Dillinger. But I have to say this, I really like the style of Hardrock Chris Neil.
You know what, Brian? I could agree with you every now and then. I've seen Hardrock Chris Neil before. I've actually been up and down the highways and byways with this kid. Chris Neil can wrestle, but when you're going up against the best, being able to wrestle and being able to perfect your craft are two different things. DC Dillinger can perfect his craft. Chris Neil can wrestle, but he's still a year or two away from being one of the best.
Nice ovation there moments ago for Hardrock Chris Neil. Great opening contest here this week on NWA On Fire. And two of my favorites, the Samoan Warriors, Makua and Fala. They'll be in tag team action a little bit later on.
Well, right now, Brian, even though I don't see Chris Neil pulling this off, I'll tell you this much right now, we could be in for a match right here.
All right, referee calls for the bell, and here we go. And I do not like the fact that Brian Fury, the other half of the Dynasty, is on the outside of the ring.
Moral support, that's all it is, Brian. He's just out there for his good friend, DC Dillinger, to make sure he can overcome Chris Neil, which I'm sure Brian Fury doesn't even have to really be out there, but it's quite an intimidation factor, isn't it?
Well, just look at the face. Look at the look on the face of DC Dillinger, the daddy cat, if you will, and that is a look of intimidation.
All business, and boy, oh boy, he's using his size and strength.
Ah, man, not only driving the man down to the canvas, but almost right through it. Chris Neil feeling the effects of that one.
Already in a lot of pain right here.
Oh, and there's a shot that reverberates off the walls of the Nassau Community Center here in the great town of Springvale, Maine. Drop kick by Neil, and Dillinger barely moves. Oh, that one backed him up.
Good amount of height on that, Brian Webster.
Oh, look at those forearm uppercuts right into the face. Look at this now. Blatantly breaking the rules right there, and Dillinger's going to have no more of that.
You could separate a shoulder like that, Brian.
Huge elbow finds its bullseye.
I told you, Chris Neil's got a lot of fire, but this is going to be the biggest lesson of them all, isn't it, Brian?
Look at this now. DC Dillinger using the middle ropes, listening to the referee's count, but continuing to do damage on the throat. And look at this! Brian Fury interjecting himself where he doesn't belong.
I'm sorry, Web Slinger. What just happened? I got a text message.
Indeed. Another bill collector, I suppose? Ah, what a shot by Chris Neil. Another one. Another one. He's dealing with a big daddy in there, DC Dillinger. He's a tall drink of water, as they say.
Oh, what a shot by the daddy cat. And Chris Neil is in a good amount of trouble right now there, Webman.
But you know, Ryan, Daddy Cat really had this match in control, pretty much. Did he really need the aid of Brian Fury?
When did that happen? As far as I'm concerned, Brian Fury's been nothing but an innocent patron on the outside of the ring.
Look out, high crossbody attempt right there, and Dillinger catches him and just drives him right to the mat.
Here we go.
Dillinger sort of phoning this one in here this week.
Calls this big boot the buzzkill, Brian. If he hits this, it certainly will be a buzzkill for one Hardrock Chris Neil, won't it?
Chris Neil now distracted by Fury. Turns around. Oh, man.
That's going to be all she wrote. That's the ball game.
Buzzkill indeed. DC Dillinger continuing his winning ways here this week. And lots more NWA On Fire still to come.
Fans, you wanted it? Here it is. You got it. Mistress Belmont squares off against Naughty Adrianna.
Coming up now to NWA On Fire Lovelies, Mistress Belmont takes on Naughty Adrianna.
I wonder where she gets her hair done.
I don't know. I don't know where she gets it done. I don't know if it's done in this planet. It might be done somewhere that we don't know about.
Did Mistress Belmont go to the hairdresser and say, okay, today I want blue?
Look at that express. Boy, is she one tough-looking little cookie or what?
Please, I wouldn't get in her way.
I would not get in her way. I tell you, I bet either her husband or boyfriend, all he ever says to her is yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am.
Smart man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, coming out right now, we've seen her before in NWA On Fire. She is always bringing her A game. And you know I'm talking about the one and only Naughty Adrianna.
Naughty Adrianna, yes, she's one of the up-and-coming women wrestlers in professional wrestling today, and that shows you